Hey, Shalom, you guys. We're going to go ahead and do another reading. I'm on a roll today, and I'm so happy that I get to be at home to have the time to do it right now. And we're going to keep on flowing in this energy. Heavenly Father, give us the messages that you would like us to know from Spirit today. Hallelujah. Give us the messages that you would like us to know from Spirit. Give us the messages. Give us the messages. No. I can't do that. Give us the messages that you'd like for us to know today. Give us the messages. Give us the messages. Holy Spirit, have your way. Give us the messages you'd like us to have today. All right. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, give us the messages. Okay. I don't really know. I think this one came out first, but we're going to find out. And I guess it doesn't really matter what order, just as long as they get put out there. All right, so I'm going to stop here because I know that this will be a super long reading. All right. So the overall energy, I believe, of this is going to be clear yourself. I'm using the angel therapy cards right now for this reading. It says, ask the angels to release any toxic energies that you may have absorbed. Definitely want to do that because, yeah, this is looking like this is going to be dealing a lot with our spiritual gifting and maybe even our life work and life purpose and soul purpose and things like that. So we definitely need to cleanse our energies to be able to work and operate like we should at our highest potential and be extremely accurate and effective. We need to cleanse our energies. So let's go ahead and get this started. For those who don't know, I usually do stuff intuitively. I go with how I am led. I go with how I feel. I also listen to messages that come across in my brain to me. I also, of course, use what is written on the card to kind of guide me, but ultimately, it's what comes from spirit, okay? Also, I am oftentimes led to read from the book, but I don't like to depend on that. But I do from time to time. And the book has amazing insight, so I dare not say anything against it. It's just sometimes I don't like to do that because I don't feel like I'm flowing with the spirit when I do that all the time. But sometimes you are, so it's fine. I guess what I'm saying is I feel that I'm limited when I read the book, but I get way more sometimes when after I read, then I'm free to go. So moving on. I believe this is going to be a general spiritual again as well, a general spiritual one. Let's see. For the masculine and the divine feminine, I'll say. So here's the first card that came out, mediumship. It says, you have the natural ability to connect with departed loved ones. So some of us, this could be our energy. This could be our energy. And I believe that some of us who come across this video, you may already be aware that this is one of your spiritual giftings. But then I think that for others, you may have been asking the Father about, Father, what are my spiritual gifts? Can you show me some more of what I'm capable of, whatever? And this could be your answer. This could be part of it. Not the whole thing, but part of it. This could be one of your spiritual gifts. So maybe pay attention. Pay attention to this. Mediumship can come with dreams. It's just it's a matter of being a channel. It can come through dreams, visions, audible voices, smells, feelings, touch. Okay? Keep that in mind. Some of y'all could be hearing voices of spirits, period. Okay? They could want you to share messages for the collective or for obviously people in specifics. All right? So just be open to that. Pay attention. Try not to be afraid. But you got this. The next card that came out was integrity. And I have to say that almost immediately right now, because I feel like this is dealing with a lot of our spiritual gifting and our purposes and life work and stuff like that, there are a lot of us who are waking up to our calling as spiritual warriors and priests and priestesses and things like that. And I really think that we are being called to be people of integrity. Like, don't go crazy hiking up prices trying to make a living. Don't just give certain types of messages and things like that to be sweet, to be sugar coated, to make people want to work with you more and all that kind of stuff. The truth is people do not need sugar coating. They need the absolute truth. And yes, that tends to be sometimes sweet and bitter. You need both of them. So never never water down any of your messages that you may receive through your mediumship. Never water anything down. Never just try to be sweet. Never just try to appease people's feelings, because to me that's more like, this word that's coming up to my mind is soothsaying. That may not even be the real definition of soothsaying, but for me, that's what Spirit just gave me. That is soothsaying. When you lie to make someone feel good, or when you lie in your being a medium, you know, like I said, it could be through utilizing cards. It could be through herbing, being just whatever way. This talks about service to me too. Whatever spiritual gifting that you have to be of service to others in this realm, as well as to be of service to the Most High, have integrity in being in that place. Don't become too prideful. Don't become too pig-headed. Don't be like, oh, well, I have to have this amount. That's the only way I'll do it. You know, I don't know. But it's saying operate with integrity. Operate in some character, okay? And definitely don't water down a message to make people feel good. All right, so let's read what the card actually says. It says, align your actions so that they match your values and inner knowingness of what is right for you. That's a definitely prettier and nicer and maybe more direct and clear way that I just said all this other stuff that I said. Don't allow anybody to maybe gift you or to talk you up or to grease you up or whatever in a way that it will cause you to ever give a message that is untrue and you are aware that it's untrue. Never do that. Done. Don't want to be the dead horse. And the next card that came out right after that was the heart shot. Oh my gosh. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? There are actually two cards here. So I'm going to say that this will be the first card because, or maybe this will be the second card. Okay. So I don't know which one would I say comes first. I'm going to put this one down first. So I'm also going to pick it up and put the heart chakra down as of now. So this card was underneath the heart chakra card, which I know that this is meant. I know that it is. I just know. So it says that if you get nervous, focus on service. I love that. I feel like that kind of rhymes. If you get nervous, focus on service. Okay, maybe corny, but whatever. So, basically, I'll say this right here. This is all in alignment with our spiritual gifting and purposes, people. Hands down, no doubt. All right. Nervousness can sometimes come from fear. It can come from pessimism. It can come from us not being sure of our gifting and our callings. So again, or it could just literally come from the fact that maybe we listen to other people tell us that we don't know what we're doing or that we're not supposed to be doing it, or, oh my gosh, what are you doing? You just got into this. You've only been in it a year. I've been doing it 58. I've been doing it 25 plus. I've been doing it however longer than you. These things can make you feel nervous about your gifting and your calling and what you do. Because again, we provide a service here in the earth. Okay. Anyway, for a lot of you guys, I feel like this is going to have everything to do with some type of public speaking. It's going to have everything to do maybe even with teaching, maybe even with just sharing your gifting, being of service. Maybe you guys are mediums. And when I say medium this time, I mean like, yeah, you really do channel messages directly just from maybe clairaudience or something like that. Or no matter what your spiritual gifting is, you are a channel for that to come through. And when you are doing a service, performing a service for someone, let's just say it's your first time. Let's just say maybe it's your second time. It doesn't matter. Some of us can get nervous no matter. Every time we're called upon, we get nervous. We can have had the same repeat customer, but we still get nervous. Listen, focus on being of service. Don't focus on if I'm going to hear right, or if I'm going to know what to say, or am I going to have to say something scary to people, or are they going to think I'm crazy? Don't focus on any of the things that could cause you nervousness. Focus on the fact that you are here for a reason. You have been gifted with this gift for a purpose, and that is what you move from. Okay? Again, you have to clear yourself, maybe of fears, of doubt of your gifting. Clear yourself of any type of negative energies, negative thought patterns that could cause your nervousness. So it says, put your entire intention on answering the question, how can I make the world a better place? And the law of attraction will automatically take care of your needs. So this just could be something that, you might want to, this might be something that you can use to settle yourself, to calm yourself. Maybe you can remind yourself, like, look, it is my intention and it is my purpose to serve the world for its highest purpose and highest good. So how right now, Father, can I be used? Or how can I right now, Mother or Elohim, God's angel, spirit, how can I be used right now to do that? And boom. Take your deep breath in, let it out. Do it however many times you need to before you start your service to still your nerves. All right, the next card that was right on top of that one was the heart chakra. The answer that you seek is in your heart right now. Be open to giving and receiving love. Like, at the end of the day, for all of us who are operating in our spiritual giftings, like, I think we need to make sure that we remember this. Like, this is the place we need to always be offering our service from. Always. Because this is the universal frequency. This is the currency. This is what blesses, or the lack of this is what curses. Says love. Be open to give and receive love. And it's not just romantic. It's also about being of service to people and allowing other people to be of service to you. Spirit says this is for empaths too. A lot of us who have spiritual giftings, we can be empathetic, but it doesn't have to be that case. You could just be one who has a spiritual gifting, and that's that. But sometimes it can be hard for both empaths and or anyone else, period, who prides themselves on being of service to people or prides themselves on being of assistance and help to people, to receive that same type of help. Though you know you need it, though you desire it, it can still be sometimes hard to accept it. You got to get out of that. Allow love to be given back to you, just like you give it out. Being of service is an act of love. It's probably one of the highest acts of love there is, which is why Christ embodied that. And that's what Christ always said. There is no greater love than to lay your life down for a friend. To me, that doesn't have to necessarily be like you really dying for real, but it can mean you sacrificing something. And that friend could be romantic partner, family, friends, strangers. Okay? So this is telling us to strengthen our heart area. Open it up. Allow it to give and receive love. And one of my other readings I had to share what Spirit said. Spirit has said to open up your fist so you can receive, or open up your hand so that you can receive. When you open up your hand, you're letting something go and you're freeing yourself up also to receive it. Boom, done. Giving and receiving. The last and final card was indigo. Ooh. So maybe we are a part, maybe some of us are part of the indigo tribe. That's just what I'll call it. I don't know if anything such as that it really exists. But I read a little bit about indigos, those who have this type of aura or something, or have this strongly in their aura. These types of people, as far as I know, are usually helpers, givers of assistance. So let's see what this is talking about. It says the person you're inquiring about is an indigo, meaning a highly sensitive, natural born leader. Yeah, guys. So again, I feel like, thank you, Holy Spirit. You were on point. All of us who are in this energy, or who this reading is for, I believe we are heavy in this energy, indigo. And being a leader doesn't always have to be front and center. It can mean that you were the first in your family to do something. Okay. Or you are the first of maybe even your gender down here in the earth, because we do have it, that to do something. It doesn't have to mean that you're a leader like front and center. You know, it can mean that you lead in love. You lead in showing other people the way. You lead in being of service. You lead in fighting, you know, because war and fighting are necessary at different times. You know what I mean? But anyway, that could be what it means about you being a natural born leader. But it also talks about being highly sensitive. That definitely deals with the spiritual gifts, the spiritual giftings that we have. Empathetic people, those who have the clairs, which, not saying that nobody else does. Most everyone has this ability, but a lot of people do not take the steps to tap in. And there are a lot of people who the Father doesn't, or who, excuse me, the Elohim doesn't just specifically tap and be like, hey, yo, you know, everyone has the ability and the gifting, but there are those who it's like, I need you. Come here. Even if you didn't want to be selected, you got chosen. And a lot of you guys operate in this indigo energy. So again, when I say you, understand that I'm talking about myself too. This is my life as well. That's actually what made me look this up a little bit. I started reading about it, going through a transformation, and I learned that I have this energy and some others. We have other different things that make up our aura, but there are things there are colors that are more stronger, you know, than others. But yeah, that's that with that. So that is the spiritual guidance and reading today, guys. Just for sure, I really want to drive this home one more time. Be sure that you are not compromising your spiritual gifts for anything, for yourself or for anyone else. Don't be prideful. Don't be arrogant. Don't be only self-seeking. Don't be about money. Abundance comes when you give it. It comes back in many different forms. Don't allow your gift to be bought from anyone, and don't allow anyone to cause you to lie or to try to make up something to be pleasing. Oops. No matter what. So with that, I'm going to say peace, love, light, and blessings to everyone. I love you guys with the love of the Most High, and I say shalom.